So I just thought I was recording an entire thing and realized I had not hit record. So it's exciting. So welcome. If you're new here, my name is Shuri. I am starting this vlog at night because I am going to do another page to screen vlog. And I say another because I started one for Nickel Boys and Night Bitch, and all of my footage for Nickel Boys is on the hard drives that are corrupted. So I don't have any footage for Nickel Boys, any footage of me reading Nickel Boys, any footage of me watching Nickel Boys, but I did talk about Nickel Boys in my wrap-ups for last year of my favorite books of 2024 and my favorite movies of 2024. So maybe I don't need to do a page to screen vlog because I kind of gave my thoughts in that. But for this vlog, we're going to be reading two books, and one of them I already finished. That was The Monkey by Stephen King, which is already out in theaters. And The Monkey is a short story that basically follows like this, I would say, man who is kind of haunted, followed by this wind-up monkey, and the monkey causes terrible things to happen basically. And you know, he thought he had escaped it, him and his brother, and I guess he hasn't, and now it's come back around. Already from the trailer I can tell that they are just taking like the premise from the short story and running with it, because I finished the short story today and it's in Stephen King's collection for Skeleton Crew, and the book is nowhere near as bloody, I don't think, as the movie is going to be. But while I was reading the book, I could only think of Theo James because he's in the movie, and I could just hear his voice the whole time, which is great because his voice is great. It's a great voice to hear when you're reading. But I already finished The Monkey and I'm gonna watch the movie tomorrow. That's the plan. That's movie Monday. Tomorrow will be The Monkey, hopefully, fingers crossed. And then the second book I'm reading is Mickey 7, and the movie is going to come out on March 7th, Mickey 17, starring Rob Pattinson and Stephen Yeun. I cannot wait. And Naomi Ackie. It's by the same director that did Parasite, which is amazing. And I feel like the movie's gonna be so fun. And it's like, I'm reading the book right now, and my manager slash friend also reading the book, and she finished Mickey 7 already, and she realized that there was a second book called Antimatter Blues. And so she realized that from watching the trailer, at least the parts that she's seen, she thinks that the movie is a combination of book 1 and book 2, because also, you know, Mickey 7, like, we're meeting Mickey 7 in this book. And I remember trying to read this like a while ago. I was just not vibing with it. We meet Mickey 7 in this, but the movie is Mickey 17. So it does make sense if we're getting like later iterations of him, maybe in like the second book. And she was saying that this book takes place over like 2 days only. So I started reading it today. I'm already 30 pages in, and my goal is to, I don't really have a goal for tonight. I'm just gonna like read until I fall asleep. That's normally what I've been doing when I come home, which is nice. Yeah, I'm really excited to watch the movie March 7th. I'm already gonna watch it with Amanda. She was like, do you want to do this for one of your movie Mondays? I'm like, of course, I'm down. So now I have to read both books by not this Monday, but next Monday, which, with how fast I read the freaking Once Upon a Broken Heart series, which I did not even realize was happening, I think I could probably finish these. So I'm already 30 pages in, and I just started like tonight, I think, on the train. I don't even remember, honestly, but I'm really, really, really liking the writing so far. It's not quite The Martian, like, it's not quite that, but it's more of a conversational tone. And it is interesting that they picked Rob Pattinson for the role, but I think he's great. But I do feel like it's very conversational and it's very easy to read, even though it is sci-fi. And we all know I'm not necessarily a sci-fi girly. Sci-fi is a little bit hard for me, but the writing in this is very accessible, very readable, and it does feel like he's having like a conversation with you, and you're just along for the ride. You're just kind of like, okay, why is he an expendable? And like, he's explaining why, and you meet him while he's like basically about to die, and Mickey 7 is about to die basically. If you've seen the trailer, you know that somehow Mickey 8 gets there, which I guess in the trailer would be 17 and 18. But I'm actually really enjoying this. It's a very quick read. It feels like very fast paced, and I'm already like really hooked in the story. Very, very hooked in the story. And I'm kind of loving it. So I'm gonna continue reading this, and then we'll move on to Antimatter Blues, and then tomorrow's the monkey. I'm home. And yes, I'm in my Snuggie, I guess is what it is. I got some new Sleepy Time tea, and it has lavender in it. So I feel like that should be tasty. I'm all showered and skin-cared up. I just got home from a full day of movies. I watched No Other Land, which is a really good documentary about Israel and Palestine, Israel's occupation in Palestine that has been happening since a very long time. This is about a specific village where Palestinian people live, and the Israelite government has court ordered their homes to be destroyed. So literally the land that they live on, the Palestinian people, like their land is just being destroyed, and they're saying it's like military, these are like army training grounds, even though these people like have lived there for decades. Literally they come to your house and they take all your shit out and they like destroy it, and you just have to watch. And then they live in caves like that. No one should have to live like that if they don't want to, and that's like, what the fuck. So it gave me vibes, sadly, of last year's documentary winner, 20 Days in Mariupol. This is the second one I've seen from the documentaries. So I watched that at Film Forum, and then I went to meet up with my friend. We shopped, and then we went to watch The Monkey, which is the whole point of this vlog. And to be honest, I kind of thought that movie was stupid. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of thought the movie was stupid. It was like silly horror, I guess. Like, yeah, silly, funny, goofy horror, a little bit outlandish. And it definitely just takes the idea from the short story. It feels like the short story are like the bones, like the house, the frame of the house. They just filled in everything else and like made more and figured out more of the story, because I was like, this is definitely different from the short story, which I figured it would be from the trailer. And I was just like, this is absolutely ridiculous. Some of the kills, I was like, we're just doing this for shock value at this point, okay? I turned to my friend after and I was like, well, that was kind of stupid. He was like, yeah. So I don't know. I wouldn't even call it fun. I was like, I don't even think I had fun. But I will say, I am happy to see Theo James back because he's so cute. And I'm sure he's been in other things since Divergent, but I haven't seen him in anything else. So it was fun to see him because, like I said, I just heard his voice when I was reading the book, and I like it. I know that's his like English accent, his American accent, but I know he has, I think, a British accent in real life. I do like him, and I thought he was good because he played twins, and I thought that was interesting. So I do think he's like a decent actor. After the movie, I was like, I don't know if Osgood Perkins is like for me. Like, I thought Longlegs was okay. It was very unsettling, I will say that. And then The Monkey I just thought was kind of stupid. Also, there was not a Stephen King cameo, because there's always a Stephen King cameo. Is there not? But I will say there's one Easter egg that I feel like is in the movie. I feel like that was a little nod to Stephen King. It had to be. I thought that was kind of cute. But I don't know. I think I gave it 2 stars. I'm also 69 pages into Mickey 7 and 24%. And I'm really liking it. I saw the trailer again today. I'm like, okay, yeah, there's a lot of things happening. And I feel like my friend is right where the movie might be the book 1 and book 2. So, because she said book 1 only takes place over 2 days, and it doesn't seem like the movie is taking place over just 2 days. So I'm gonna continue reading. I feel like it's reading fast. I wish I could had more time to read, but I am volunteering tomorrow, and then I have work, and it's gonna be a late night because I have to do projector maintenance. So I'm signing off for now. Happy Thursday. I am back home from work. It's been like, I think a couple days since I updated, maybe one day, I don't know, maybe 2 days, but I officially finished Mickey 7 and I think I gave it like 3.75 stars because I thought it was good. I didn't think it was great, but I did like it. After reading it and kind of like seeing the trailer, I do feel like the movie is going to be the first book. I started I realized I was saying the wrong, like I started editing this vlog already and I realized I was saying the wrong title. It's called Antimatter Blues. And it makes sense because they talk about antimatter a lot at the end of the first book. And so I do think that the movie is going to be like the first book only. If they go into the second book, I mean, they could as like an epilogue maybe, but I don't know. If they, I guess I'm assuming they'll see how well this first movie does and then maybe adapt the second book, but I don't know, because the second book just came out in 2023, so it's fairly new. I'm liking it. I guess I can't really say too much about the second book. All I can say is it takes place 2 years after the events of the first book. I literally can't say anything because it will spoil, literally spoil the first book. So I can't say anything. I'm 20% into Antimatter Blues and I just started it today. I'm like 63 pages in. So I'm super tired because I just got home from work. And so I don't know like how much I'm actually going to get read tonight because I'm really tired, but we'll see. But I also, okay, something cool happened today. And you know, it's the little thing. So I volunteered today. I volunteered with City Harvest. And I guess after a certain amount of times that you volunteer, you get things, which I did not know. And so I guess the first like 10 or something, I don't know, you get a shirt. And I didn't know, but the girl was like, do you see this? Girl. Like, it's so nice to meet you in person. Like, your name has been popping up so much. You've been volunteering with us so much. And she's like, what, you know, led you to us? And I told her like how I got here. I got to City Harvest because there is a YouTuber I watch, Chelsea Callahan, and she talked about like ways to volunteer in the city because she's like an NYC vlogger and she mentioned City Harvest. And so I looked them up because I had been looking for places to volunteer for so long. And when you like Google like NYC volunteers, there are a lot of opportunities, but there's like a list. And then also sometimes you'll go to the opportunity and like it'll be full for just like months out and you're like, okay, well, I wanted to do something a little bit sooner than that. And so I watched one of Chelsea Callahan's videos and she had mentioned that she had volunteered for City Harvest. She talked about like what it was that she did. So I went to look them up and I did more research and I really liked their whole thing. We give out food to communities that they have like identified that need it. And in Brooklyn, it's in all the boroughs. And so I do like the Brooklyn one, the mobile markets. And then I also do the repacks, which I actually really like the repacks a lot. Probably because they're inside right now because all the repacks are always inside, but like the mobile markets are outside and it is cold. And the first mobile market I did, it was raining so bad. And that was last year, at the end of last year. But anyway, the whole point is that the girl was like, I owe you a shirt. And I'm like, a shirt? What do you mean? And she's like, oh yeah, after like a certain, I was like, I'm trying to get a beanie. And she's like, oh yeah, after a certain amount you get like your stuff. And I'm like, oh. She's like, you have 11 more to get the beanie. I was like, easy. I mean, I've only been volunteering since the end of last year, I think. And I somehow already got a shirt, which is amazing. So, and we've done so much stuff. It's awesome. I don't know, I like it. I like going to it. This is the shirt. It's a City Harvest volunteer. And then on the back, it says, feed hope, feed love, feed good, City Harvest. I didn't even know I was gonna get a shirt. I'm so excited. When she gave me the shirt, I was like, oh, this is the best day ever. I was like, this is an awesome day because I got a shirt. And y'all know, I love a good tea, okay? Love a good tea. So I got a shirt. I feel so proud about that. I don't know why, I just feel so proud about that. I'm gonna get in bed and read. This is my favorite part of the night. Getting in bed and reading. Showering, getting in bed, and reading and making tea. I'm tired enough, I'm not gonna make any tea, but I am going to get into bed. good morning. Happy Monday. It's Movie Monday and today's the day I watch Mickey 17, which means that we are pretty much like wrapping up this video. You know, like I will be watching Mickey 17 and that'll be the last like movie for the video. I'm really excited to watch it. I feel like I've been waiting for this forever. You know, I went to watch Parasite like a while ago and then now we're watching this other movie, Mickey 17. I'm really excited. It'll be at like 2:15 and I'm gonna go to Cinemas 1, 2, 3 because I actually really like their theaters. I'll give you my thoughts after the movie. Right now I'm making coffee and editing another video, I guess. But I need coffee. Hi! I am here to finally wrap up this page to screen vlog because I finally saw Mickey 17. Final verdict, 2 stars. 2 stars, and I kind of hate rating movies because a lot of work goes into them, a lot more work than I'm doing. I love the director's last movie. Both of the movies in this vlog were both silly goofy, and I don't know if like that was intentional because for Mickey 17, like the book is a bit silly goofy, like the premise feels serious, but the tone and the way that like Mickey acts, like it definitely is meant to be a little bit like funny. It's weird to like see that movie portrayed on screen because I'm realizing I'm like, this did not need to be a movie. Like that did not need to be a movie. I really feel like, I don't feel like we needed this. I don't know why. Like there's some other books that I'm reading right now and I'm like, oh, this would be a great movie. But I'm realizing like, I don't feel like I needed Mickey 17 as a movie. I don't know. I've been hearing a lot of things about it, about how there's a lot of political things. And I can definitely see that, especially with Mark Ruffalo's character. But his character was definitely giving Trump. I don't want to say it, but definitely giving him a bit. And I don't know, it was just, there was a lot of changes from the book. Like the tone was similar, like I said, silly goofy, but the premise is actually quite serious. But like they changed Stephen Yeun's character. I think he's meant to be Berto, B-E-R-T-O, Berto in the book, which is like his best friend. And their dynamic, I really feel like they didn't really showcase that a lot. They do show that like, and his name is not Berto either. They do show that like he's not really a good person, but in the books, like they are best friends. So they actually spend a lot of time together. And so when like Mickey finds out things about the way that like Berto has treated him or the reasons why he like left him in the beginning, like it's an actual betrayal because they are best friends. And so it's just like the relationship between them is not there in the movie. And it's just like they added a wife to Marshall. I don't remember him having a wife. I do feel like his character in the book is a little bit outlandish. Like he is a dick, like he's a douchebag, and he's definitely like very strong commander-in-chief vibes. And you're like, oh, this guy sucks. And his relationship with Mickey is like he does hate him. He thinks he's just like a piece of shit. Like he doesn't even really respect him, and you can definitely tell that. But it was just so weird the way that they portrayed Marshall in this. Like he's wanting to create this like planet of like pure human. It's just so weird, and I definitely feel like there's not going to be a second movie because this movie was definitely from like the first book because they don't talk about antimatter at all. Yeah, I just like, I don't know. I just don't think it was a good movie. And that makes me so sad because I was really looking forward to this. It looked a little wacky, but I just like, I don't know. I actually didn't think that movie was good at all. But I will say, I am here for Naomi Ackie World Domination because this is the second movie where she has ended on top. We all know I love to see a Black woman win. And I feel like it's cool to see her play like, she wasn't just like the girlfriend. Like she has like a pretty prominent role in the movie to see like their kind of romance, which the book, in my opinion, especially the second one, there is a really big budding romance between Naomi Ackie's character and Rob Pattinson's character. Like there's a huge romance between them, and there's a lot of romance in the book. And I do think that was something that was translated pretty well into the movie. I'm sad to say that I didn't love like either things, you know? So we read The Monkey and we watched The Monkey, and I also thought that was like silly goofy. I love Theo James, and now I'm watching White Lotus because I need to get to his season. We read Mickey 7 and we read Antimatter Blues. Then we watched Mickey 17, which I feel like I'm still not really understanding why they changed it from Mickey 7 to Mickey 17. Maybe to show like more deaths, like maybe to show like more iterations of him, but I don't feel like they did that. I feel like they still had the same amount of times that he, like the different things that he went through, the same amount as like if he was just Mickey 7. I wish that I had liked both movies better, and I don't know, yeah. I feel like both movies were kind of meh, and that makes me sad, but that's okay. The beginning of this year in movies hasn't been too great, but I am ready to, I feel like January movie season is not really that great to begin with. So, you know, as the year goes on, we'll have much better movies, I'm sure. I think I'm gonna wrap up this vlog here. I have been wanting to do this for so long, like a page to screen thing, and it finally happened. I wish that I had really liked the movies better. That's what makes me the most sad, but that's okay. That's okay. You win some, you lose some. I'm sure there'll be more movies coming out and more adaptations coming out, and we can talk about them. But if you made it this far in the video, thank you. Thank you so much for sticking around and watching. Like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. And until next time, bye.